What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about virtuals today, virtual protocol. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, okay? It is the 29th day of August, and here we are sitting at about $1.14. We go to the weekly time frame here, and we can see that we are in a bit of a consolidation phase. We've moved up overall from our lows down at about 2.5, 2.7 cents right here at about $1.14. Massive pump, absolutely massive pump from a low to a high. You had an overall 258% or 258x, still sitting at a 57x from your lows. It's better than the average altcoin by far. But we're consolidating. We're being boring. We've been boring now since May of this year, and I think that this boringness is going to come to an end at some point. A lot of altcoins, a lot of cryptos are dumping today. Bitcoin itself is even dumping today, and virtuals is holding up rather well, down 5% nonetheless. But in comparison, Bitcoin's down how much? Down about 3.7%. That's not bad for an altcoin. That's really not bad at all. What's the market cap on virtuals, by the way? Let's see. Virtual 750 million. Decent volume even while we're being boring. Yeah, this thing has, I mean, even from here, man, you've got 100x potential. Not saying that you will 100x from here, but I'm just saying you could 100x from here between now and even the end of this cycle. Let alone see a 20, 30, 50, 70x, whatever. You've got a lot of potential left in this thing. I could definitely see this seeing prices of $100 or even a little bit more or just below. Okay. And actually, on that note, let's look at this on a weekly time frame real quick again. See if there's any fibs that line up with that area. High to low. High to low here. You've got more lining up with 47 to 62, and then 120. That might be just out of reach. I don't know if we get there. So that, to me, that implies then that 100x might not happen. It's possible. It's just it might not happen. More so, 47 to $62 might be the price. In which case, like a 35 to a 50 something x, right? That would be like I guess a 41 actually to a 55x. So something like that could be possible with this by the end of the cycle. But there's a lot of different coins, projects built on this ecosystem, and I think that bodes well, right? Whatever Virtuals does, anything that's built on its protocol will likely benefit from that as well, right? So that's definitely nice to see. Just like a lot of Solana coins benefited from Solana raging, right? Anyways, looking at this on the short-term perspective, we're looking at this on a 1 hour. The 1 hour is experiencing a little bit of volatility, as is Bitcoin. If we're looking at this 1 hour time frame, a little bit of volatility there as well. The stochastics they don't have bullish divergence, but you are looking like you want to bounce off the oversold zone, which is nice. The RSI also looking like it wants to come up, which is good. And then the MACD is, who cares? It's the 1 hour. It doesn't really matter. You look bearish on the MACD, but it doesn't really matter. You looked bullish here, and then you came down. You looked bullish here, and then you came down. You looked bearish here, and then you pumped up. Who cares? In fact, the fact that it looks bearish, I suppose, is a good thing, right? 4 hour time frame. Looking at the stochastics, looking for a cross to the upside. We are crossing here, but we're looking for the orange line to come back up and cross. So far, that's a bearish look, I suppose. The RSI is very neutral with I would say a bearish tilt to it, but a neutral look overall as the price action is. And then the MACD again is probably going to be not that helpful here. Even though we're crossing bearish, I wouldn't weigh too much on that. We're probably closer to our low than we are to just like dropping through the floor. Like we're probably really close to the low. This very well could have even been it on the 25th of August there. I was going to say yesterday, but I forgot we're on the 4 hour. On the 25th there, it's very possible that we're at our low already. But if we do go lower, that's not a problem. Let's actually look at this real quick on the daily time frame. From a low to a high here, found support at the golden ratio, or no, at the 382, came up, found resistance at the 236 area, coming back down. You could come down to about $1. $1 is a good area to find support, right? $1.04 right there at the 0.5. You could do that, yeah. It's a very possible outcome. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if that happened. I would be surprised if we went all the way down to 83 cents, but at the same time, 83 to 73 cents, even that is a prime opportunity to buy, okay? Typically, you would expect to find support at the golden ratio, not at the 0.5, but anything can happen. You never know. A lot of cryptos have been finding support at their 0.5 lately. But then again, of course, there's that prior resistance point right here, which lines up perfectly with the golden ratio. there's significance down here. Again, if we go down to 83 to 73 cents, that's not a problem. That's okay, right? Virtuals will survive and it'll come back up. That's actually a prime buying opportunity. But I have a hard time seeing us get down there, at least at this point in time. Daily time frame, looking at the indicators. The daily RSI at the moment is bearish. Okay, so that's a little bit of a point in the favor of going down to that 83, 84 cent area or lower. The MACD is in an overall bearish posturing, but you're resilient, man. You've been showing a lot of green. The thing is, though, and this isn't a rule, this doesn't have to be true, but typically you only last green for so long, right? And then it's the red turn, right? You've been green for a while, but you just haven't done anything with it. I don't think that's a good thing, right? It's like here, you were green for a while, but you didn't do anything with it, and you went down. So maybe you are going lower. I mean, I think that you're going lower regardless, but just lower. Like, are you going to go below that 0.5? If you get below $1, there's zero doubt in my mind that you're going to 83 cents, 84 cents, or 73 cents, okay? And at this point, actually, looking at the daily MACD, I'm kind of convinced that you might. And the stochastics and the RSI, I don't know. Okay, maybe. Maybe we do inevitably go to 83 to 73 cents. But don't hate me if we don't. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If I was looking to buy this thing, I think $1 is a perfectly fine area to buy. Just tell yourself, hey, if it goes down this low, I will not sell. That's a bit of an intense drop. I mean, for something that's holding up so well, it just doesn't make sense to me because you've held up so well. You're holding up better than the average altcoin right now, even amidst this drop. You're going to drop another 27 to 35% from here? I don't think so. Or if you do, what does that mean for the average altcoin? Like if you're holding up well versus the average altcoin now and you drop that much, what's that mean for the average altcoin? That'd be pretty bad. And then on top of that, we'd be breaking out of this trend. I don't know. I mean, it could happen in September. Maybe. I'm scratching my head. There's sense to be made of this area, and I'm talking about it so candidly because I don't believe it's anything to be afraid of. But I'm also talking about it a lot because I'm skeptical. I'm just very skeptical. I think $1 will hold, but we'll see. If it doesn't hold, you know where to go, okay? Ultimately, I think we have higher prices to go. We went over that in the beginning of the video, so I don't need to go over that now. The weekly time frame here, overall, it is bullish. We're in the bearish area of the stochastics, so looking to turn around here. The MACD is actually at an area where you'd expect it to find support right there at the 0. Hopefully it does, but this could still imply multiple weeks of downside before we actually start to come up. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that. All in all, I believe virtuals will see prices that are above $40 and even above $60 by the end of this cycle. We have the potential to reach $100 or more, but that $120 area is pushing it. That's like the limits, right? Here we are at $1.45 now with the prospects of going down to about $1. I got nothing else. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.